Hey there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All, and in this video we are going to learn how to add new layer in Autodesk Sketchbook. We have maybe seen this already in some of previous video in short or as a part of some other feature, but in couple of next videos I will try to explain basics of layers, operations with them and so on. So far we have learned only how to open layer window, layer panel, however you want to call it, and you do that by clicking on one of those buttons at this toolbar, and that's the button with these paper layers on them. Click on to show it, click on to hide it. So you can do that also by clicking this red circle button here at top right corner if you want to hide it, and so on. So you can also move it around and also try to make this window bigger. In this video also I will try to explain some of the basics of how to use layers, which is more important and actually very important for any user. It doesn't matter if you make graphic arts for games, for web, for animations, comics, whatever, it's all the same. Some of the same rules apply, and again, first of all, let us check out how to create layer, and that is actually very easy. All you have to do is click on this plus button here, the first one in the row of those 5 buttons, and if you leave the mouse on it, it should say add layer. So before I click on it, just check out how many layers we already have in our layers window. The first one, the bottom one, is the background layer with some white circle, and above it is layer 1. So when I click on add layer, it will add another one and it will say okay, this is layer 2. That is how it's named. Let me try to add one more, layer 3. So now I can choose between those layers just by clicking on them and in layers window, and that layer on which I have clicked becomes active. I can click on layer 1, 2, 3, and for some reason I cannot select the background layer. We will talk about that later, but so far so good. I have 3 layers, and now let us see what we can use them for, what we can use the layers to make our sketches better, or at least easier to control and to sketch on. That's actually the whole point of layers. The whole point of them is control, so you can think of them as they draw it on here on this icon here as new specific layers of paper which you put one on another. So I make drawing on one layer 1, for example, then I need something else, I draw that on another piece of paper and I put that above. But the whole idea here is that think about those papers as see-through, as transparent, so everything below the top one will be seen, and vice versa, so that way you can have better control and make your sketching easier, and we will see that in a moment. The good example can be maybe creating a character, but it's the same if you create environment or whatever. So let's try to create some kind of character, and again I'm using my mouse to draw, which will result in having making some ugly drawings and sketches, but it doesn't matter for this presentation. It's only about the what the layers are about, not how the final sketch will look. First of all, I will zoom out by pressing the space and then clicking on this magnifying glass and moving a little bit to the left or right, just to see that my piece of paper is empty, blank, white, and that is how I start. Then I will click on symmetry, just to have horizontal symmetry because I want to draw character. Okay, so I want to draw face of some character, and because my client or my art director or whoever is not sure what do we need as a final, I'm just starting generic, some kind of cartoony face. We need something like that, but we're not sure about the final look. So I need, first of all, I need the face, and I will try to draw that in layer 1. So I click on not layer 3, not layer 2, but layer 1. Click and try to make some kind of like oval face. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be very precise or same as mine here. Okay, so this is face, blank, without eyes, without nose, without mouth, any facial feature, but it's a face, it's symmetrical, and you can see when I have finished my sketching with my pencil. I'm using pencil, but it's whatever you use, it will be the same. And at that moment when I finished my line, that line was now here visible on a layer here in my layers panel, which is great in terms of you can later see fast and know and understand which layer has your specific sketch that you need, but that isn't much common to all, I think, all graphic arts software. So that's another feature of Autodesk SketchBook. Some softwares have that, some don't, but I don't know how much how hard is that to code in some other softwares. Anyway, we have face as a base here. Okay, that was layer 1. Now I need to add some kind of facial feature, like for example eyes. Eyes are important, and I will put them on layer 2. Why? Because I want them on top. I don't want them to be if I make new layer and put it below layer 1, they will be below layer 1, and then when I paint this face, I will not be able to see them. We will show that in some of the next videos. Anyway, eyes, let's draw them. I'm selecting layer 2 now. Again, I'm just going to draw some kind of eyes. This is more like alien, but yeah, that's me with using my mouse. Okay, so great, this is now, we have now eyes. Layer 3, maybe we need ears. Okay, like this. So we have ears now. We need more layers, no problem, just click on add layers. I need one layer for nose. Now layer 4 is nose. Okay, so another one for mouth. Okay, and another one for hair. And our character is more or less finished. I can turn off my symmetry now, and you can say, okay, I still understand. I can see now that every one of those shapes in specific layer, but how can that help me? So for example, now your game art director or client or whoever says, okay, those eyes are too big, make them smaller. All you have to do, instead of making new one, is select that layer, press V, which we have learned before as one of those tools here, transform, quick transform, and so on, and scale those eyes like this. Okay. Next, our art director, okay, says, okay, this looks better now, but I need this nose a little bit to go to a little bit upside. Okay, just select that layer 4, the nose, press V, again, that is transform for us, and maybe I need symmetry just to see it. But yeah, I can move it left or right anywhere, so you can see I can put it here to make this character looks a little bit dumb, or like here again, totally different face feature. Yeah, actually like this maybe. No, I'm not satisfied. My art director says that's not good. The first version was better, so I will just undo it, and I can even a couple of times if needed. Oops. Yeah, I think this was the original. So you can see how it's easy to control specific features and not destroy the other features. That's called in I think in general in art like non-destructive workflow or something like that. You have that word mentioned when people explain Photoshop and stuff like that, and that means that we are not now we can work on specific parts of our art without destroying other. Like I am working on my eyes, making them bigger, smaller, red, white, yellow, black, without destroying the whole artwork. And again, I was using symmetry. You don't have to do that. It made sense for me to do that. But for example, again, my client now says, okay, face looks good, but I don't like this hair. Can you make it non-symmetrical? Yeah, just make a new layer, and you can see now, because I was on my eyes layer, clicked on new one, that's where my new layer was created. So it won't be always created on the top, you have to be aware of that, but wherever your selected layer is, then when you click add, you will get new layer above that one. So in my case, I was on this layer, eyes, clicked on create new or add layer, and we have layer 7 now here. But it doesn't matter so far. We will explain later how to move them, hide them, and so on. But so far, let me just try to make some kind of fast hair look which is not symmetrical, and again a little bit rough. And you can see also now when I have like maybe I make errors, or I have something like this is too much, I can only delete that on this layer without, I'm not drawing over my eyes, but because I'm on layer 7, that doesn't affect layer 2. So now I can say, okay, I don't want so much hair there, I will erase them. And now will I erase my eyes? No. Why? Because I'm erasing on my layer 7, not layer 2. So I can erase without disturbing, without distracting the whole area, the whole artwork, and that is what I said before, non-destructive workflow, which layers are. And I think I will stop here because I try to make those videos shorter. And for the end, what we have done here, adding new layer with this button, you can also do by clicking on this icon with 3 lines like menu, and the first option says new layer. So again, if I'm on layer 6, which is top above, and then new layer, I will get new one, and the same thing I can get here when I click on this circle in any kind of layer, and I'm clicking with my left mouse and not releasing. So when I release, this circular menu will disappear. So I need to hold my left mouse button like this and then point with my mouse without releasing on which of those options I want to use. I want to use add layer, and here it is. And the fourth, that was the third one, and the fourth option is we have this shortcut here which says Ctrl L. So when I press Ctrl L, I add new layers. So I can add layers by clicking Ctrl L on my keyboard in real life, clicking on plus here, clicking on new layer here, or clicking on add layer here. And you can see how now we have lots of those. You can add almost as much as you want. Don't get crazy if you don't need them, but the whole idea is just to use them when you need them, as many as you need them. Don't be afraid of that. So that's it for this video. We have learned how to create new layers and what layers are how to use them, and that's what we are going to do in next couple of videos. Thanks for watching. See you in next one. Bye for now.